Welcome to the series of Oracle Fusion middleware video lessons. In this video, I'm going to explain about ADF task flows. So let's start with the topic ADF task flows. Hope you might be aware of ADF task flows. Just to say a tagline for ADF task flows, or the main purpose of task flows is a reusability, or it's just for reusable purpose. As well as if you see the task flow need, when you have two pages navigation, like if you're moving from one page A to page B, then there is a need of a flow, or there is a need of a navigation in any technology. Forget about ADF, or even normal Java, JT, or JSF, or in any frameworks. You need to define a navigation. So in ADF, task flows can serve the purpose, and it is capable of moving the navigation, user navigation, from page A to page B. So as I said, the main purpose of task flows is the reusable purpose. Once you develop any a flow, like a task flow, for instance, there is a registration page. The registration page will include 2-3 steps. Maybe in the first page, they will give their personal information, and maybe in the second page they will provide the other details, something like their address and some other details. And the third page would be their habits or whatever. Say suppose if it has 3 pages which has navigation from page A to page B and page C, that is called, I can conclude, we need to have the ADF task flows. And that's what the registration process, that is one best example for ADF task flows. And now I can move on to the first topic here. Is in ADF task flows we have bounded and unbounded task flows. Definitely I will explain the difference between bounded and unbounded task flows. That is what in the second slide I will explain. In ADF task flows, if you open JDeveloper, let me create a new application and I'll show you the application. Straight away I'm jumping to the practical knowledge. I don't want to be in the slide and explain something which is not required for you guys. So let me create a new application called task flow demo 1. Let's say next, and finish. If you see this, the new ADF application, by default it comes with ADFC config.xml. This is called unbounded task flow. By default it will be available with the application. You don't need to create unbounded task flow. If at all you want, you can create unbounded task flow as well, but the default task flow is ADFC config.xml. And once you select any task flow, whether it's a bounded or unbounded, it will show you the components here, the basic components. So these are the basic components. That's what I'm trying to explain here. It has both activities and control flow. When I say activities, these are the activities and these are the control flows. There is a difference between unbounded task flow activities and bounded task flow activities. I'll show you that. So to summarize, bounded and unbounded task flow, I will be explaining in next slide the difference between bounded and unbounded. First, let me try to explain about the default activities or the default control flows available with the ADF. So straight away, let me create a new task flow and I'm going to name it as main task flow. You can name it anything. I'm just naming it as a main task flow, and if you see it, this is the place where you're trying to convert this as a bounded task flow. Create as bounded task flow, and I want to create this bounded task flow with the page fragments, and I'm going to create the page fragments inside this task flow. So let me click on OK here. See, this is your main task flow, and this is what your bounded task flow, and this is unbounded task flow. You can see the difference of activities between bounded and unbounded. One second. Oops. Oh my god. I think it should come here. My mouse pad is not okay. Now it's so main task flow and the ADF configured XML. This is unbounded and this is bounded. You can see the difference of activities. Here you can see 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 activities, and here you can see 3, 4, 5, 6 activities. So there's a difference between unbounded and unbounded. What are the activities you can use and what are not. So let me start with the bounded task flow. So here this is what I'm trying to explain here. These are the activities, which is some of them are available in bounded and some of them are not available in bounded. So whatever available in unbounded task flow, which are available in the bounded task flow activities, and the control flow is a common between bounded and unbounded task flows. So the first one is in activities, the first one is view and the URL view. You can see here, this is what I'm talking about, URL view and view. I'll try to explain about the first activity here. This is the view activity. You can directly drag and drop to the page, and you can define, and let me tell you what I'm trying to do here. I want to create a task flow that is a bounded task flow, and which has two pages which will navigate from page A to page B, and I should be able to navigate from page B to page A also. So let me name this view, and I will create one more view here. Alright, so now I have two pages, two views at least for now, and let me rename this main task flow view 1, main task flow view 2. So now I have two views here. So what does this mean? So when you drag and drop the views, now it has not created any pages here. If you see in the view control, it does not create, or it does not create any pages here. So let me double click on this, and this is asking what kind of page you want. You want to be it as an JSFF or just an JSP XML. So since it's created with the facelet, so I'll go ahead with the JSF page only. And here you have other features also. If you want to reference with the ADF template and have a managed beans for this page, you can very well do that. I'll try to explain even those also in next sessions. For now, I'm creating the blank page. It will take around a minute. Yes, I think it is done. So now this is your JSF page that is called a fragment. Now in this page, just for demo purpose, I just wanted to create something over here. Just I'll create the panel header, and I will name it as main page, or I can call it as a home page also, but for now it is main page is fair enough. And let me go and create even this page also. If you see, once you created the page like this JSFF page, you can see it has removed this hyphen symbol. So that means it is not created actually. That's the reason you see this symbol. If it is created, you can see it normal. Now if I double click here and I say main task flow view 2, I'm even okay with this name. So now this one more fragment we have created. So what I wanted to do, I want to navigate from this page to this fragment to this fragment. When I click on some button on this page, it should navigate to the next view. Or if I click on back button on this page, the main task flow view 2, it should navigate back to the main page. So here it is trying to initialize the page, or it is trying to create the fragment. So here also I will go and create a panel header. Just drag and drop over there and name it as maybe sub page. So it is done. So now what we have to do, we have to create a button on this page, first page. If I click on that button, it should take me to the next page, and on the second page, if I click on the second page where on the button, it should take me to the first fragment or both the fragments. So let me drag and drop a button here, and I'll navigate to sub page, or move to sub page or sub page. So when I click on this, it should take me to the next page. So in similar way, I should create another button here, and it's something like a back button, and it should take me to the first page. So here, if you come here in the properties, I hope you're aware of the developer at least bit. Whenever you create any component here, it will have its own properties. So this is what the name we have changed, and what we have to do, I want to perform some action by clicking on this button, or after clicking on this button, it should do some action so that it will navigate to the next page. Okay. So if you click on action, you don't see anything here, and you don't see even Dropbox also here. So you have to edit and do something for normal cases. But for now, since you're using task flows, the navigation should be defined at the task flow level. So just see the difference here. For the button action, you don't see anything over here, and even for this back button, you don't see anything. So you're not actually to define any flow between one page to another page until unless you do something at the task flow level. So let me go back to the task flow page, and what are the activities we have? We are using view activity, and what is the control flow? We have a control flow which is available. So let me click on the task flow here, and let me minimize this. Yeah. So these are activities and control flows, which are these two are meant for your task flows creation. So I have a control flow called control flow case. If you mouse over on top of this, it says navigate from one activity to another. So now exactly that's what I wanted to implement here. Click on this, and I wanted to navigate from main task flow view to second task flow. This is asking for what is the parameter or here the activity. So I'll just name it as to sub page. This is what my action or character or whatever. So this is the link between two, or even I can in technical, this is called from outcome. from outcome from one page to another page. This is called from outcome. I think we should be able to see it somewhere in the properties. One second. Yeah, this is see from outcome. This is what we define, and now just save it and go. Now we have defined a navigation from first page to second page. So that means the button should contains this action outcome also there. So click on sub page, the first page. See, if you see here, now it has a drop down, and this drop down contains two sub page. So now what we are giving here, we are giving an action outcome here, so that when you click on this, it should act on this two sub page, and which is defined in the task flow. It should take me to the next page. I hope this is clear. And what is the next thing? We have to navigate again from page B to page A, that is task flow view 2 to task flow view 1. So again we have to do the same thing. So I'll define one more control flow case from view 2 to a view 1. So here I can say to back or to main page. This is what outcome. So this is from outcome from view 2 to view 1. So this is navigating from page B to page 8 or view 2 to view 1. So since we have this action defined here, outcome defined here, or the control flow case defined here, we should be able to see this in action. And this is the back button here, and you can see the action over there. Yeah, this is what to main page. So now the main page action is also defined here. So now we have the navigation from view 1 to view 2 and view 2 to view 1. Now we are good to run this page. So if you generally to run the task flows, it is you require a page to run this task flow. Let me create a test page. Whatever, just don't consider the naming convention, just any page, test page. And you can create JS PXML also, and even JSF also. The only difference from 12c onwards, Oracle is highlighting to use, or Oracle is recommending to use JSF only, not JS PXML, that is not JS PX. In if you see 11G versions, by default it comes with the JS PXML. I'll even try to cover this, the difference or the need of using JSF rather than JS PXML, JSFX. I'll try to cover in another video. For now, just consider JSF as a default one and say okay. It's just a page, So now we have a page. So our intention is, if I run this page, it should be able to run the task flows, and which would take me to the first page, right? Okay. So now I have a page. Now I have a task flow. So what I have to do, just pick this and drag and drop to your JSF page. Just say create a region. Forget about dynamic region for now. Just go and create the region. See, now the page is created. So now what we can do, we can run this test page.jsf to see our application in action. Then it will take around a minute to run the application, because it has to start the WebLogic server followed by your application. It has to deploy the application as well. So just to go back to presentation, what we are saying here, we are trying to cover the view and URL view and the control flow now, and I'll be explaining about task flow call and task flow return, followed by method call, parent action, router, and save point restore. It will take a minute, I believe so. So meanwhile, if you come here, this is, I've highlighted the difference between bounded task flow and unbounded task flow. As I was explaining, the best example for bounded task flow is the registration page, where the registration page includes more than one page. So that means it should have some navigation flow. That's the reason I mentioned it, and it's a register as a best example for bounded task flows. And even for the payment integration also, or the payment pages, where it should have at least more than a page to give a credit card and debit card details and personal details and postal address and whatever, the delivery address, whatever. So that the reason these two are best examples for bounded task flow. And for unbounded task flow, the best example would be on the main menu page for any web application, whether it's internet or internet, you should have contact us and help page. So the best way to define unbounded task flow is on contact us and help pages. All right. Okay. I hope now the application is started. Now I'll try to explain each and every point whenever we come to the practical knowledge. So now what page it is? It's a test page of JSF, and this is the first page in our task flow. So this is the first page. If you click on this, so this is our main page, and click on button, it will take you to the sub page. It has opened this one. Click on sub page, and it is a sub page. It's a second page, a second view. If I click on back, and this is what you defined here, sub page and back. And if I click on back, what should it do? It should take me back to the main page. So this is the main page. So that means you can even consider this as a registration page, and where the first registration page you have given the personal information, and if I click on the next button on the page, it will take me to the second page in the navigation flow, where you would require to give the address. All right. So with this example, we have covered a view, a control flow. Right. Now let me move on to a URL view. So where we can add this URL view? It's only on the task flow. So just look for URL view. So this is the URL view. So to make this available in a task flow, just pick this and drop it here. So this is my URL view. So here a URL view, it's not exactly similar to a view, just the name is almost same, URL view. Only the difference is it will take you to the some other page or some other application. When you wanted to have a link from your application, say in our application, if I'm on sub page, I would want it to have one link here, something like Google, or if I click on this button, it should take me to the google.com, where I do some browsing and I'll come back. But here the interesting point is there is no way to come back from URL view page back to your main page. It's not there in ADF task flows. So now let me show you an example. So here I just wanted to have so what this will do, this will take me to www.google.com. it will take me to this page. So by doing what it should perform this action, maybe some button or something. So to achieve this, I should have first a button on this page, something like a Google. So if I click on this, it should take me to the google.com page, which is available in internet. So this is Google, and what we have to do now, let me go back to this page. Now we have defined a button here. Only thing is, if you go back to that page and if you click on this button and if you go to action, though it has two main page, you can even use this to navigate to the main page. It's already been defined. Now I wanted to move it to the next view, the next URL view. So let me define the new outcome here. So from this page, it should take me to the URL view. So what I will do, the outcome is to Google. Right now, where I have to add this action method name, I should go to this page, and in the button I should add the action, say to Google. So save it here, and if you go, yeah, this is done. We have defined to Google, and there's no way to come back from URL view 1 to a view 2. So since it's already been available in testpage.jsf, you simply have to run this. So now we are in the main page, that is, if you see the task flow here, so we are here in the main task flow view. So if I click on sub page, it should take me to the next page. Now we are here, main page 2. And if you click on back, it should take me to the main page. And if you click on Google, it should open a new window with this site. See, you see the difference here? It took me here, and there is no way back, or there is no way to go back to your main fragment or page, right? So that's what we defined here. So now with this, we have explained or I just covered about a view, a URL view, and explain about the control flow. Anyways, control flow, we are going to use it for even for other lessons or other videos also. So for now, I've just covered view and URL view. Now I'll try to cover task flow call and return now. Maybe in next video I'll explain about method call and other activities. So for now, the next one would be task flow call and return, how to use these two. This is a task flow call and task flow return. We just completed URL view and view. So what I will do now here, instead of creating new pages, even I can be here and just save it, and I delete this. Just say delete. So everything has been removed except this. Alright. Now I have a main task flow. From this fragment, I wanted to navigate to the task flow. Previously, how we were navigating from one page to another page. Now we are trying to navigate from this page to another task flow. So the only difference is just before before example, we were navigating from one view to another view. In this example, we will try to navigate from view to task flow. Alright, so to achieve this, we can use this task flow call. See, this says calls another task flow. So we are in one task flow. In this task flow we are in one page, and from this page I will have one button which should take me to the task flow call. So task flow. So let me pick this and drop it here. That is, you know the reason, right, why it is showing this hyphen symbol, the pink color hyphen symbol. The reason it is not created yet, that the reason it is showing you like this. So if I double click on this, now it will ask me the page. I'll say maybe this task flow should contain some more pages. So mostly I will say student creation or create student. Just to know a creation of a student records in the database. Right, now this is the task flow. I'm just saying okay. I don't want to train and then based on template. I'll try to cover even create, train, and creation of a template based, creation of a task flow based on the other template. For this video, let us go with this create student task flow here. Click on OK and see it has created another task flow. Now if you see, we have two bounded task flows here. One is main task flow. Let me close this. So again I can close this. Now we have a main task flow and we have another task flow, but both are bounded task flows. So now we are trying to navigate from one task flow to another task flow, right? This is what our second example. First example, we are navigating inside a task flow, but from one view to, or one fragment to another fragment, or one activity to one view to another view. So now, so just to define, one second, yeah, now let me go to this task flow. So in this task flow, what I wanted to have, I wanted to create a student record, something like I will have one student name here, and when I say create, it should create the student in the database. I'm not going to explain about the database and all, or ADF business components. Just I'll try to show the navigation only. So in this task flow, what should I wanted to have one view. This is create student view. So this is a view page. We have not defined any navigation between this page to this task flow. We will define that. First we'll try to complete this page, this task flow creation, then we'll come back here and we'll have a navigation between one task flow or one view to another task flow. So let me go back to this task flow. So I have created a view. The reason, you know, right, the reason of showing like this in this color. So if you click on this and it's asking for page name again, just say OK. So now this has created a JSFF. Here now I wanted to have one form with one input text and with two buttons, or save, cancel, or rollback, or whatever. I'll try to define now. So I wanted to have a panel header only. So just drag and drop here and rename this a student creation of a student. Right, so let me save. Now you have a task flow and you have a page here. It is called create student view page, and what I wanted to here, I wanted to have a one input text just to give the student name here. So input text. So let me drag and drop this input text, or I prefer to go with the structure window. So now I will have another input text. I will drag and drop here. So it's a label 2. So first label I will name it as student name, and second label I'll have a student ID. And what else I should have? I should have some buttons to save or cancel or roll back. So for this I just wanted to have a panel group layout. I'm thinking you're aware of all these ADF faces. So panel group layout. So I just want to have a panel group layout here. Maybe I'll create using structure window. And in this panel group I want to have 3 buttons. One is to save this record, and another one is cancelling that, and the other one is roll back something. Just don't consider about the functionality, just see the task flow usage. So I'll create 3 buttons here, and I'll use this structure window, second button, and maybe third button. So the first button I wanted to name it as save. And maybe second button I want to cancel this. And maybe third one roll back. Something. Just it's not a meaningful name, just some button which should do some action based on your Java logic or database logic here. So now we have a page inside this task flow, and we have created this, and we have 3 buttons, and when I click on save it should take me to another page, that is save.jsff, and if I say cancel it should take me to cancel.jsff, and if I say rollback, or if I click on rollback, it should take me to rollback.jsff. So for this I'll create another view here. So finally I wanted to create 3 views, so let me drag and drop 3 views here quickly. So now the first one would be what? The save. Second one cancel and roll back. The intention is once clicking on those buttons it should do some action and it should take me back to this page. So let me click on this and maybe name it as save.jsff. Click on OK and go back to your task flow and click on view 2 and name it as cancel dot. Don't forget about the naming conventions. I'm just using it as this, cancel, and the third one would be roll back. So now in this task flow we have 3 pages. One is let me double check here. Yeah, we have 3 pages here. I'm not sure why it is. Okay, never mind. Say 1 second, save, cancel, and roll back. Okay, we are good to go now. So now in the save page, or maybe I'll navigate from here. Click on this this is a save page, and I want to have something here, maybe again panel header. Just drag and drop here and say record created successfully, or record created. And in a cancel.jsff I go and have panel header again, and let me drop it here. And sometimes, you know, you can, if you're using this panel header regularly, you can right click on this and add it to favorites, so that will be easy for you. So in the cancel.jsf, what we have to mention here, record not created. Record is not created, right? So then go here, the rollback.jsf, and again this is the third page, and I want to have same panel header and drop it here and just name it as just say rollback successful. Just rollback is completed, right? So now we are having all these 3 pages, and now we are good to define the buttons as well. So we have 3 pages, and we have created those. Now we have to define the control flow, that is a navigation between the task flow, that is the ASFF, to your sub pages. So we already seen this, the way to implement navigation from one page to another page, or one view to another view. Just click on this and put it here, and this is to save. And another control case, and say to cancel, and another control case, oops, my mouse was working bad, to rollback. Okay, so we have created the navigation and we have created the pages. Only thing is we have not added the action outcome in this page. So for the save, you should give action as to save, and tell me what we have to do it for the cancel. It's the same, to cancel. And for the rollback, it should be to rollback. Perfect. So now we have defined the navigation between this view to other views, and with the navigation, and we have added the action outcome to the action also for these 3 buttons. So let me go back to the main page, and here what I want to do, there is no link between this JSF page or this page to this task flow. So now let me define the control flow for this. So this is separate, you know, we just created this task flow with 3 pages, and we have already created this page with you know, some sample data over there. Now I'm just navigating from here to here, and I'll just say maybe it says student creation, and just to create. So we have defined the control case, that is action outcome here, but we have not defined the same at this JSF page. So when we go here, this is the previous example, so I'll just rename it as to creation. So what it should do when you click on this create, it should take me to the second task flow with the help of the action outcome which we just defined. So just go here and say to create. Yeah. So now what this will do, after clicking on this creation button, it should take me to the create student JSFF view or page. From here, when I click on save, it should take me to the save.jsf. When I click on cancel, it should take me to the cancel.jsf. When I click on rollback, it should take me to the rollback.jsff. But there is no back button in these pages. If you observe, it's just a plain page. We have not kept any back over here. Just for sake, we'll just create the back buttons also here. That would be easy, or otherwise I'll just try to run this page and I'll show you. So now this is your main page. Let me go back and explain. So this is your actual task flow. So this now is running test.jsf page with the default task flow as the first task flow. This one, the main task flow, and this has a page, JSFF page, that is create the main task flow view page that has the creation button here, something like this. Once you click on create, what it should do, it should call this creation of a student. So just a spelling mistake. But fine, it doesn't matter for now, just for. So click on creation. Now you see this, it has moved to this task flow. This is a different task flow. That's what we define here. This is a different task flow. That is a task flow call. Using the task flow call, it has called the underlying task flow, that is create student view. And from here, if I click on save, or it's not a mandatory field, so give something, or even if you don't give also, it doesn't matter, just for demo purpose. When I click on save, what it should do, it should take me to the save.jsf, and when you click on cancel, it should take me to the cancel.jsf, and for the rollback same. So let me click on save. See, record created page. This is with the help of the navigation, which is defined here, that is to save the view 1. And when you click on cancel, it should take me to the view 2 and view 3. Anyways, it should work without any doubt. But let me run the page here again. The reason I ran the page again, we don't have a back button here. Once you move to save.jsff, that I have not provided any back button here. That's the reason I have just clicked on this link, so that it will take me to the first page. Creation, just a cancel, it has taken me to the record not created page, and which is same for rollback also. Creation, just click on rollback, and it went to rollback creation page, sorry, rollback completed page. Now it's time where I have to, once here I wanted to implement two things mainly. I want to use a task flow return, and I want to explain about a wildcard control flow rule as well. So here, to explain the task flow return, let me open this again, or from here. Once I click on save button on this create student view page, it will take me to this view, record create. So here, since the record is created, I just wanted to navigate from save.jsff page back to my main task flow view page here, the creation page, the main page. I don't want to go back to creation of a student page. Right, so creation of a student page sits in a task flow main page, and once I click on back button on this view 1, or that is called save.jsff, it should take me to the parent task flow. Okay, to achieve this, the task flow return, so if you mouse over on this, it say returns to the calling task flow. So who is calling this task flow? You can simply say, so this main task flow view 1, this is the parent task flow. So this is main task flow view1, the page is calling this. So if we go here, I'll just put one button here and I will say back to home page. So once you click on this, it should take me to the parent task flow. So if it's the same like control flow case, only see the actions. You don't have anything here. You have to define the navigation between save.jsf to the different what do you call to the task flow return. Okay, I don't want to confuse you. Let me drag here task flow return. What this will do, this will call your parent task flow. I mean, this will call to the main task flow. Who is calling this? So the main task flow is calling this task flow. So come here. Where is this? I confused. Okay, here now have the control flow case and say define it as to main page. Just name anything which you like. So to main page. So now we have a control flow case defined. So what we have to do now, we have to update the same for this button. So go back to this page and we have defined the button here already. So it should display the same outcome here. See, now you can see here to main page. So click on save. So now we have a link between save.jsff to task flow return. So this should return not to a student creation, rather it should take me to the main task flow view1. It should take me here, main page. So let me run this page and show you the run. So this is in the first task flow, the main task flow. Click on create and you're in the second task flow or student creation page. When you click on save, it doesn't matter whatever you give here. Oops. So just click on save. It should take you to the save.jsff, and where you should have a back button, it should take you back to the calling task flow. Click on save and click on this button. It should take you to the main page, that is the main page here. Just click. See, you navigated directly to the calling task flow. That's what the purpose of having a task flow return activity. We just covered about task flow call and even the return activity just a minute ago. I'll try to explain this again. So this is a task flow return which will take you to the parent or which will take to the calling task flow. Instead of saying parent task flow, I will say it as calling task flow. So this is just covered. So now what about this cancel and rollback? Since there's some problem with the record creation, we are canceling the record. Since there is some problem with the student creation, I just wanted to roll back the data. That is something about the Java class we'll implement. But for now, we'll just see the navigation between pages to pages. So now even I can have one control flow case between view 2 to here, something saying to back. Oops, mouse is bad. What happened? Still it is trying to do something. Yep, to back. So now I'm going to have a one back button on this view 2 page, that is cancel.jsff. I don't have any buttons here, so now I'm going to have one button here. It should take me back to my page. So I have sorry, action defined here, outcome is defined here. So I'll go to cancel.jsff and you'll create a button here which says back. Okay, save here Now since I already defined the outcome, I can straight away define the action also. What would be that? It's a to back. So click on save. So let me run the page. Where is our test.jsff? So this test.jsf contains your main task flow, which is calling your subtask flow. So click on run. So it has taken here. It's a creation of a student, and you enter something ABC and ID as 1, and click on cancel. Something happened in between. I want to do some database transaction. I want to cancel this. Just a cancel. Now record is not create actually, but I want to go back and create the record again. That's the reason we implemented back button here. Just click on back. Now it took me here the creation of a student, but when you click on save, when you click here back to home page, it is taking you back to the main page. Let me show you again. Creation, save is taking you this page, and when you click on back to home page, it is taking back to the main page. When you say cancel and say back, it is taking you to the creation of a student. So I want to implement similar even for the rollback, the back button even on the rollback. Now we click on rollback, actually it does not have any buttons here, so we have to close this only. There is no other option, so we have to implement another navigation between the rollback page to your sub page or the main page, calling page. So here again, I can even define a control flow case from here to here, saying like to back, which is very straightforward. But what if you have more than like say 20 pages navigation, and where you want to implement a back for each page to back to your main page? So that is going to be very difficult task and tedious task. So instead you can implement a wildcard control flow rule, which will, whenever if someone executes or whenever calls to back action outcome from any of these pages, it will take to create student view, the main page. So this is what the example for this wildcard control flow rule. I don't want to implement to back here. I will simply delete this, and even I'm going to delete this also, since I don't want to create it multiple times. I want to create using the facility which has been given by ADF framework. So I'll drag and drop wildcard here. I don't want to name anything, just put the navigation here, just say to back. So whenever anyone calls this outcome as to back from view to or from cancel.jsff as well as from rollback.jsf, it should take me back to create student view, right? Let me save here, and I will go back to this page, and for the back button I want to define the action outcome. I hope it should be there already, because we were doing to back, it's already there. So only thing for the rollback.jsff, something like if you click on here, even for this I want to implement a button or create a button. Just name it as back. So it will take me back to the main page, that is the creation page. So here action outcome to back. So now what we're trying to eliminate here, instead of having multiple control flow cases from these two pages, I'm going to define a wildcard control flow. So whoever calls this to back action outcome, it will take me back to the main page. So we have defined both of these, and let me run the page and show you an example, complete example. Oops. Okay, say run. So we are in the main page. Just to create and say cancel, and you cancel record, but you don't have a control flow case between back view to here, but you have defined a wildcard. See, we have defined a wildcard control flow rule. So it should take me back to this page with the help of to back outcome. So let me click on back. See, it has taken you back to the main page, that is create student view. Same thing should happen when you say roll back also. Roll back and say click back, it should take you to this page. See, and if you click on save, back to home page, it has taken you main page with the help of task flow return activity. Now here you have one feature here, just double click. Since it's not a friendly look here, just click on arrange here, horizontal. So now it has arranged it properly. So now to explain you one more time, so I have covered task flow call and task flow return activity. So task flow call is something, this is the one. What is this? Task flow call is this one. We are having a sub task flow which will requested from the another task flow, that is called your main task flow view page. Once you click on this create the button, then it will take you to the creation of a student task flow, and this has the default page as creation of a student, so it will take you to this page. And when you click on save, it should take you to save.jsf page with the help of the control flow which is defined by you, this one, to save. And when you click on back button on save.jsf, it should take you to the home page, that is with the help of again the task flow return, not again, this is the first time we have used here, task flow return activity, which will take you back to the main calling task flow, right, or the main calling task flow. So this is what I've explained here. Task flow return and task flow call, both I have covered. Now I've explained about the wildcard control flow rule also. That is what in presentation here, the wildcard control flow rule. So instead of having multiple back outcomes here from view 2 or from cancel.jsff and from rollback.jsff, so I am using wildcard control flow rule to facilitate back button feature here. So once if anyone give the action to this outcome to back, it will take you to this create student view. So here we have covered wildcard control flow rule also. So let me show you the application again. So this is the main page. This is what the main task flow. This task flow has a main page creation JSFF page where you created a button. When you click on this button, it will take you to the second task flow using the task flow call activity. And in this task flow call activity, we have defined a default page, that is a creation of a student. When you click on save, it should take you to the record creation successful page, and when you click on back to home page, it will take you to the main page using task flow return activity. And once you come here, and if you click on cancel, and if you click on back here, it will take you to the creation of a student, not to the a main page, or not to the main task flow page, not to this page. It is not taking you to the main page. It will take you to the back, the student creation main page. So when you say roll back, it will take you to the rollback sub page. That is what we have created here. This is the sub page, rollback page, and once you click on back button here, it should take you to the create student view with help of wildcard. So just say back, it has taken here. So with this, I have covered some of the activities view, the URL view, and the control flow we have explained, I just explained, and wildcard control flow also we have covered. So to reiterate, our the view is just for your creation of the view for the navigation between page to page in the task flow, and URL view which will just take you to the some google.com, and task flow call which is required to call the task flow from your from another task flow or from any other page task flow call, and return activity which will take back to the calling task flow. All right, and control flow which will help you to define the navigation between one page to another page, one view to another view, or even from one task flow to another task flow. And wildcard control flow rule. So instead of having different back buttons, I just want to define one outcome which will helpful for the throughout the application. Whenever someone send the outcome as to back, it will take you to the main page. So I'll be explaining a method called parent action router save point restore in my next video. So please subscribe to my channel for seeing the other videos as well. Thank you. Have a nice time.